The next verse is the 24th, abandoning clinging to object of aversion as being real. I don't know, I opened. It's okay? Okay, yes. Oh, yeah. Of course, here is like as being real, say. And sometimes the 5 objects of the desirables to provoke to us. And like the beginning is principally to say some beautiful object of the forms to making the us like clinging and desire attachment, because we are holding as them as those the forms as real, then problems. And also here is the opposite of the enemy. Sometimes we have the object of the some things, we can say form, sound, smells, any like kind of object, as like we can to say we are dislike things. They are like kind of, we have aversion very much aggressively, because we are holding them as real. And therefore, in this kind of situation, so what can we do? And the suffering of all kinds is like the death of the child in a dream. Child of the dreams. We can get so tired holding into diluted perceptions as real. When we do encountered unfavorable circumstances, to view them as delusion is a Bodhisattva practice. And like unpleasant things, circumstances arise in the front of the hours, we need to concern them as the dream and as then as like kind of delusions, like magic delusions. Of course, we have many different various sufferings, many various. The various sufferings are just like the death of one's child in the dreams. It's like sometimes maybe we come to say it's like through the something no understanding of the impermanent, and also it's like our mind is holding everything is as real, and then it's like there's some separation is occurring, and then we have big sufferings. And in this perspective, what can we do? Maybe sometimes we can to say, like we lost many different families, friends, and also it's like this kind of. Also maybe we can to say the search and maker of the sufferings, dislike things. Maybe it's like a kind of our enemies, and it's doing like a kind of such undesirable things doing to us. And that kind of what can we do? Or maybe it's like we can to see the ugly forms, unpleasant sound. Maybe also it's like this non delicious kind of things. This kind of like the making the cause of our sufferings. And then it's like that kind of things arise. What can we do? And we need to principally to think like kind of course, impermanent, no existence, there's nothing substantially existence. They are like kind of dreams. And this kind of dreams is like why we need to like a kind of to holding as real. That is the most important. I make it a joke. For example, there was in Tibet one guy. He was a nomad guy. I think I told it a few times. He has a very great wife. Every in the evening, he bring home all the yaks. And she make a very nice hot milk, and he offered to her husband. And then one night, and he did, and then his husband certainly needed to go toilet. She certainly went out, and he went out from this yak tent, certainly changed his appearances. And he looked around, he couldn't see his yaks, he couldn't see his wife, he couldn't see his land. He's arrived completely different place. There are many different people, but he doesn't know all of them, completely new. And he called to his wife, and where are you? No answer. And it's like he's searching, day and night, he couldn't find. And then of course, slowly he encountered another partner, and he married, and he has maybe 6, 7 children. And then it's like before he died, and he lost all his children, wife, and then he finally he's become very old, alone, and then he's so much suffering. And certainly he's sick, and he died, and he's dead. And certainly in the death process, something big happened in his mind, and he wake up, he just stood in front of his yak tent. He looked back, and his yak tent and the yaks there, and he ran quickly enter into the yak's tent, and his wife says, I think, darling, your milk is become cold. And he looked at the milk is still there is warmth. And that's kind of hallucination. It's like kind of dreams. We approach our daily life. And families, friends, societies, all things is like a kind of dream. For example, Buddha, he said that all our appearances is like a hallucination, like a dream, it is like a rainbow. It's like not necessary to cling, not necessary to holding as real. And this kind of, we holding as real to them, then we have desire, attachment, then we have aversion, then we have a lot of sufferings, really a suffering. Sometimes we can just say someone's holding to themselves, I'm as real, I'm permanent, I'm forever, I haven't got any education of the impermanent, I'm like deathless. Then certainly someone says like, oh sorry, you have some sickness and you're going to die. Then they cry, I don't understand, I don't believe, I cannot to die. That is more suffering. And some is like someone has the education of the impermanent, someone understands the reality. This is the kind of hallucination or changing positive. Even someone to say such like this, nothing surprise. Okay, maybe it's time. Anyway, finally, is everybody's need to depart. One place permanently cannot to live like this, stay. And when we are talking about the impermanent, even the word, even the like high realization sentient beings, how many appear in this world? Everything is gone. Powerful being, rich, all those are already gone. In this case, and why we need to suffer. And also like, for example, Buddhist perspective, sometimes we have this kind of situations occurring. Some enemy came, robbed all our things, killed all our families, and it's robbed. And also they may be broken our limb. And it's also like they give to us a very harsh word, and something is like unbearable suffering, these things. What can we do at that moment? At that moment, if you're angry to those things, and like kind of such aversion is occurring into your mind, sometimes it's very much difficult to die